I compile all of them in one monorepo. This is language agnostic stuff, okay? A portion of it is written in Python, another portion it is written on, of course, this is not all good. So this is a pain for maintainer, but all these things can be separated because of the way that I written it. I hate hard coding things in the code, okay? So I'm using GitHub submodules. You guys still can use some of my infrastructure. But when you want to build the thing, man, that one is a nightmare. This one is not front end, back end. This one is a DevOps. This one is a pure Terraform. Every single component in here also it is reusable. I'm really doing a great job here, you know. I don't know any guy who give this much of reusability. Hello guys, actually today it's supposed to be a coding session, but after a few comments from you guys and this kind of things, I decided actually to change the path of what I'm doing. Originally I wanted to build more, then for example make it a proper repo, and for example I will tell you guys that if you guys want to contribute and so on and so forth, you are welcome to contribute, but I have decided to change my plans, accept any contribution from early on. Let's go to the structure, and after that I will show you that I put all the repos together. It means that all the repos that I have worked on. So if you guys know from the previous videos, there are many repos. So many for course and many for example, services and application and so on and so forth. I compile all of them in one monorepo, okay? And this one is a language agnostic monorepo, and it has a lot of benefits because, for example, if you do, for example, something like NX, those kind of things, okay, they are not really language agnostic, and you have one hard dependency to the TypeScript. But the thing that I'm putting, for example, together, this one is language agnostic. It means that a portion of it is written in Python, another portion it is written on the TypeScript. So, and in the future, if hopefully everything succeeds, I want to add the C++ and C#, two other languages that I'm very familiar with, okay, especially C#. So I'm using GitHub, okay, GitHub submodules. Okay, later I will show you in the structure. Let's go through the code together. So without further ado, let's jump into the code. So first of all, before we go jump into the code, actually the comment that it triggered this one is from Leo, okay? So he said that thank you for example, these videos and so on and so forth. And for example, I hope you continue this one. So what I would like to say that it is that it doesn't matter that you are beginner or for example advanced. I hope you guys can contribute to these videos. Okay, not these videos, this project. Okay, it means that I don't want to be a kind of project that I build. After that, I show you guys. Okay, this is how it's done. Okay, what I want to achieve is that we build things together. And as a guy that who trying to show some software architect, this kind of things, if beginners cannot to work with repo that I'm building, okay, I have failed my job. So this is the reason why that I would like really accept any contribution from you guys, okay, especially on the plugin side. So you guys already can develop the plugins on the Python. If you guys also want to write, you can improve my test, because I have written a lot of tests also. Later, maybe in the source code, I will show you these kind of things. But I have developed a lot of tests also. You can help. So now let's go to the code. Okay, so this one is a repo. So I will link down everything below. Okay, so the first part of the repo, it is all about the things that I have discussed with you guys. But the second part is, this is the part that I'm gonna explain today. Okay, so if you go to the project, okay, the directories that you guys would see, unfortunately I cannot to zoom in. However, what you would see is that, as mentioned earlier, okay, so there would be a core, services, and application. So if you go to this monorepo, okay, there would be a core, but each core itself, it has many libraries. It is language agnostic. Okay, this is very important keyword. This is language agnostic stuff. Okay, for example, there is a core for Python, there is a core for TypeScript, and there is schemas. This one is a language agnostic. It is written on Open API. So there are three cores. All three of them, they're doing the same thing, but in different languages. And that is the reason that I say is a language agnostic. So this one is a core. So if you go to my diagram, okay, so there would be a core. Okay, this one also I upgrade a bit, so I make the colors to pop up. There would be a core. After that, there would be around that guy, there would be a services. So the services would here. So there would be a Python, and after that, the TypeScript. I don't know why it looks like I haven't linked the TypeScript for, but there would be, beside these services, there would be one for Python, and there would be another one for the TypeScript. So this one is core and services. So beside the core and services, there would be another one for plugins. Okay, so at the moment, I'm only accepting the plugins for Python. So this one is a plugins that so far I have developed by myself. Okay, so hopefully you guys in the future can help me to contribute and do more plugins. This one is all the plugins that I have developed so far. Okay, so all of them, they have a readme file. This one I will go in detail in the future. I'm gonna change the structure of this one a few more on. Okay, so I'm not happy with the structure still. I'm gonna change the structure, but this one is roughly the plugin, so you guys already can go and look into some of the sample plugins that I have developed until as of speaking today, which is 22nd of October 2024. And this is a plugin. Okay, and after the plugin, so we have done the core and services. After that there would be application, but before the application I have another layer also for config. So in the config, for example, you can see some JSON files, those kind of things. Okay, so this one, it would be the thing that will be shared among all of them. So for example, the events, the name of the event. So not everything would be configurable. I hate hard coding things in the code. Okay, so this one I have mentioned many times. This is a very bad thing. You don't want to hard code. You want to technician be able to change everything. No, I won't say technician. For example, your DevOps engineer would be able to change everything. Okay, you don't want to go there and, for example, configure the code. For example, compile the code, especially you do something like domain driven design. Modern day that we do things. Okay, we do CI/CD, right? So for example, when you want to build the thing, man, that one is a nightmare. So you don't want to go and, for example, change the code after that. Run the entire CI/CD, right? So you want the DevOps engineer to be able to change the entire thing. And I did a very good video on this, so I show you that some of the possibilities that you can do in using domain-driven design in one of my videos. Later I will share it down below. Okay, that, for example, you can switch from one configuration another configuration without compiling the code. The DevOps engineer can do that. Okay, so that one is a very cool video. You guys can go and watch that one. Okay, if you guys interested. So this one is also in configuration. So now we already have all the basic plugs. We have the configuration. After that we have the core, and after that we have the services. So the last thing is the app. Okay, so now at the moment I have only put two. Actually, there were supposed to be three. Okay, the third one supposed to be the server. So I have written one server so far. More than three. Okay, there would be multiple server. If you go even, for example, in the diagram in here, there would be, so far, the things that I have developed. There would be one for the plugin loader. So there would be one server for plugin loader. Another one would be for Express. So this one I developed the thing, but I haven't integrated. I haven't make it public yet. So hopefully, give me a deadline of 1 month. I will make it public. And the plugin loader also, hopefully within this month or the next month, I will make it public as well. So these two servers supposed to be done. Another thing that I also have in the application is my infrastructure. So this one is more DevOps. This one is not front end, back end. This one is a DevOps. This one is a pure Terraform. So that, to me, that one also is an application. Okay, because why? Okay, anything that it is not library, for example, is not used by others. Okay, is to me application. So that is the reason even I put the my DevOps itself, also my Terraform itself also in here. Okay, and even, for example, and one thing also, the way that I do the DevOps, if you go check this repository, you would see that, for example, all the things is configuration, all is separated. So you cannot see any of, for example, the main configurations in this one. So that one is another cool thing that I'm doing. So you guys still can use even, for example, my infrastructure. It means that not I'm really doing a great job here. You don't only get my code, okay? You even get my infrastructure. How I set up the entire thing in AWS. So really, this one is written for reusability. And this one is this. And after that, this one is idea reviewer client. Okay, so if for the idea reviewer client, actually, even, for example, you guys can go and check. For example, let me go there. Okay, for example, you can even go, for example, check the storybooks and those kind of things for idea reviewer, all the components, all the, for example, nav bar, for example, all these things you guys can go check. Okay, every single component in here also, it is some sort of atomic design, is some sort of, for example, to say that is reusable. Later I will make this one's also a separate library, but at the moment, because it is a absolute pain in TypeScript to create libraries, those kind of things, so now bind it to the application, but all these things can be separated because of the way that I written it. Okay, so this one is only need refactoring, but even, for example, in the future, you can reuse my UI components. Okay, so this is the power of the entire thing. Okay, I don't know any guy who give this much of reusability. So yeah, so of course this is not all good. Okay, so this is a pain for maintainer. I really have a high hope in this project. Okay, I believe that this is the thing that I'm doing is a very cool thing, and I hope that a lot of people find value in this work, and for example they help me to contribute on this one and build something great together. Yeah, so that's all for today, and thank you for watching and have a good day.